laughs. Welcome to the Pixelpop Movie Podcast. My name is Toby. With me this week, I'm joined by the delicious Ethan.
Oh, hello.
And the moist Jesse.
Hello.
Oh, shit, that's scary. This week, this fortnight, as usual, we're going to talk about news. We got a lot of news, so we'll try and move through that as quickly as we can. We don't want to get bogged down too much, but there's a lot to talk about. We're going to do a bit of a quick review, I suppose, on Star Wars, but most of you will either already seen it or don't care, one or the other. And then we're going to do Christmas movies. We're going to talk about Christmas movies because it's Christmas, and we need to talk about Christmas movies. So, before we get into all that, let's start with news, as always. Take us away, Ethan.
So, our first bit of news that came out in the past fortnight, we talked about this, I think we talked about this last podcast, but Quentin Tarantino is on track to be doing a Star Trek movie. Now, it's going to be R-rated, and it's being written by the guy who did The Revenant.
This is terrible.
Yeah, it's and not only that, Patrick Stewart has said he will come back to play Picard.
What the hell
if they wanted
happening?
Oh my god!
If they wanted to, he said he'll be back for it. I don't know why.
So, I mean, you know, I'm almost surprised it doesn't have Samuel Jackson. It'll be like the ship will be, it'll be the starship motherfucker piloted by Samuel Jackson.
That's exactly what starship motherfucker.
Quentin Tarantino said he's going to do 10 movies all up. He's done 8. His 9th one is going to be the Charles Manson one. That one. So maybe his 10th movie will be taking on an existing franchise as like a last sort of thing he's going to do.
Like he'll be Khan.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Neat. We'll file that away under neat.
Yeah, it's going to be years off anyway, so we probably won't be talking about it for a long, long time.
Good. Next.
Next we got the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer came out.
Yes, I saw that.
Apparently, a lot of people were saying that it looks like the trailer spoils the movie, but according to the director, according to Colin Trevorrow, who wrote it and produced it, that everything that happens in the trailer happens in the first around 50 minutes of the movie. So
yeah,
not really any
I
big
get a feeling
spoilers there.
Goldblum's role is going to be quite small. I feel like it's almost going to be a cameo.
From what I've heard,
like
what you see him in the from what you see in the trailer is pretty much all his role is.
Yeah, he's just going to testify in the court that the whole thing was shit. Yeah.
That's all of it.
Yeah,
he's basically Richard Attenborough from Lost World.
Yeah. I mean, for
much.
me, like the Jurassic Park movies were always like a wait for the DVD video release kind of thing, and this will probably be much the same. I'll wait for the Netflix sort of release, I guess.
I mean, I fell asleep in the theater watching Jurassic World.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to cinema, that's for sure. Yeah. All right.
I might for this one, but I don't know. Next we have Ryan Reynolds is to star in the Pokemon movie Detective Pikachu as Pikachu.
I don't know what to say here. I mean, I different generation. I never grew up with Pokemon. I don't understand Pokemon.
Do you guys think that Ryan Reynolds at this point has actually become Deadpool? Like he's just trolling.
Oh yeah, no
He's
doubt.
just taking the piss. Yeah.
Like this is so surreal. It seems like a Funny or Die sketch. Like that's something you'd hear that's just bullshit.
I mean, for so long, people have been saying they wanted Danny DeVito as Pikachu. For so long.
I don't understand that. I mean, Pikachu, it's a digital character, right? I mean, he's not putting on yellow makeup, is he?
No. It's a digital character. He's just voicing it.
He'd just be walking around going, "It's
okay.
my Magnum Pokeball."
As an old person, don't the Pokemon just say their name and that's it?
Pretty much. He's going to be doing Vin Diesel.
So what you're telling me, Ryan Reynolds is just going to be going Pika, 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 Pika.
Probably.
Alt F4.
I don't know. I don't know.
My character
thing
believes.
behind Detective
This is
Pikachu.
terrible.
1.2 billion in the box office opening weekend.
And it will. Yeah, exactly, because it's got the word Pokemon written on it.
Ryan Reynolds is saying Pikachu for 2.5.
Look at what happened when Pokemon Go came out. Look how crazy the whole world went.
How funny would it
the
be if
Pikachu
the next
movie.
wave?
Even I ended up playing it, and I don't even know what Pokemon are. So I mean, it works.
It actually got me out of the house for some reason.
Gasp.
So, I mean, if an app did that, then imagine what a movie's going to do.
Right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Neat.
Next is Ben Affleck may reprise his role of Batman for the Flashpoint movie.
Maybe could be, possibly. I don't think Ben Affleck knows what the fuck he's doing. I don't think DC know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, apparently he's doing the Flashpoint movie, and then that's his last one. Matt Reeves is recasting Batman for his movie.
Why are they doing Flashpoint now? What are they
I don't
doing?
know.
Like, this is so fucking stupid.
Can I ask? Can I ask? Does anybody actually give a fuck about DC anymore at this point?
I do.
Okay, does anybody in the world apart from Jesse give a fuck about DC?
I'm like
at this
the
point?
last
Not
bastion
really.
of hope.
You are my friend. You're the very last.
I'm the only one left. I feel like that one guy in the cinemas going, "Woo!"
You're the reason the Justice League made what it did. You must be the one that put the 400 or so million into Justice League. So I'm sure as hell no one else did.
I was like the shadow broker that got Justice League over the hump day.
Right. Okay.
That's
cool.
the Tommy Wiseau of Justice League.
I mean, it's really. I mean, until production starts, I guess any DC news is just hearsay at this point.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Because it just changes every bloody week.
And that's the trouble, is they've ruined their credibility. Like, no one gives a shit. Whenever they hear new DC news, they're like, oh my god. Because, Marvel stands behind almost everything they do. But DC
they recently did a thing where they revealed the slate of all their upcoming movies. And it had Wonder Woman 2, Aquaman, Flashpoint, Justice League Dark, Suicide Squad 2, Shazam, Batgirl, Batman, the Green Lantern Corps. That's all they had.
They need to do Green Lantern sooner.
Well, Green Lantern was what, 2020 or something, wasn't it? 2019,
yeah,
2020?
it was a fair way away. They gotta.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that they want to do more Wonder Woman because she's their new Iron Man, but like they need to do Green Lantern now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, next.
Next we had the Sony revealed their animated Spider-Man movie, the Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked so good. The animation stuff for that looks really good.
It
And
does.
the fact that it's the Spider-Verse one, I'm pretty happy with that. The
I mean,
Spider-Verse
I won't watch
comic
it
was
anyway,
pretty good.
Because I'm a
Oh,
snob.
why not?
I told you I'm a snob. But I mean, it's neat.
You know what? I feel like this is the first time ever I might potentially overthrow Toby for like featured villain of the podcast, because I fucking hated that trailer.
You didn't like that Spider-Man trailer?
Oh no! I've been overthrown.
You've been dethroned.
I've been
What is
dethroned
this?
as the villain.
I'm
I'm just not much of an
animation
animated.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm just not much of an animated guy, like at all in general.
I just did it. I watched it and I turned around. It was like, and I was at work when I watched it. And I turned around and I said, I don't give a fuck about this at all.
Oh, man.
To be fair, I mean, for me, animation peaked with 1984 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, you know.
No, he can't get much better than Sewer Pizza.
But yeah, look, there's plenty of people that'll be looking forward. The other thing is too, because the animated stuff's not like the canon with the movies. It's sort of hard for me to, because then I'm like, which one's canon, which is not. You know, it's like I think the animated stuff is more. The animated stuff, in my opinion, and I'm probably wrong, is more of a love letter to the people that are more into the comics. Like, they're more Puritans and they're more up to scratch with all the lore. I think your average MCU moviegoer would watch that and go, why is Spider-Man black? Because they just don't read the comics, you know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't get it. Like, I think it's
right.
It's same with the DC animated stuff. Like, it's pitched more at people who read the comics, I feel.
If you look at the comments for that trailer, all of them are pretty much, why is Spider-Man black?
Yeah, it's just because
I
they
don't know
haven't
if
read
they're
the
trolling
comics.
or not, but yeah.
Yeah, and I
Riggs.
Are you eating your pen again? Stop eating your pen,
I'm
Ethan.
too old for this stuff.
Alright.
Larry me over. Okay, what's next?
Next part. Jessica Jones, Season 2. We got a release date for it.
Yawn.
Oh, what, you don't like Jessica Jones?
Yawn?
No, I've never been a big fan of. You know that. More importantly, is Punisher got confirmed for season 2. That's better.
We're still on Jessica Jones. Punisher can wait us too.
I know. Look how I just
Punisher,
sidestepped.
you fucking wait.
Look how I just sidestepped straight into Punisher. What a champion!
March 8th for Jessica Jones, Season 2. It's going to be
Jessica
good.
Jones is the man.
Alright, now we got...
She's the man, right? She's a top bloke.
Now, probably a big bit of news that made me happy was the Venom movie. They revealed what it's actually based on, like which comic series it is.
Oh.
And it's based on the Lethal Protector ones, which is when Eddie Brock becomes... He's not a villain, he's an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's basically like Venom as Batman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. And the company's trying to track him down and take the symbiote, but they end up making 5 new symbiotes instead.
This is going to be awesome. I own those comics.
And Carnage is in the movie as well. So,
do we have casting on Carnage yet?
It's apparently rumored to be Riz Ahmed.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but he's rumored. He's in the movie, but he's rumored to be Carnage, Cletus Cassidy. So we'll see. But yeah, the fact that they're going with that with the 5 new symbiotes, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm hoping it's going to be a good Venom movie.
Yeah, that
Just
should
sucks
be
it's not on the
cool.
MCU. That's the only problem I have with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I'm sure that Marvel will end up dragging Venom into it at some point. I mean, they're going cosmic already, so.
Yeah, I mean, if they do him team up the Guardians of the Galaxy like he did in the comics, it'll be so fucking good. But I doubt that's going to happen.
My God.
We are Venom.
All right, so Toby already said what the next one's going to be. That was Punisher got a season 2. We'll just skip over that because
spoil it.
that's enough. Punisher got a season 2. We can skip past that onto the biggest news.
That was the biggest news. That was the biggest news. Punisher season 2.
You shut up. You get out of here. You don't know what's good for you. All right.
See, now I've got more Punisher to talk about for the next 18 months. Like, you know what I mean? This is good, right?
Like, because we're not going to get Punisher until what, fucking 2019?
Yeah, I know, right? So you've got like another 2 years of this.
Because next year we've got Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, and then Daredevil will be 2019, along with Punisher.
You're sitting there for 2 years talking about how good the Punisher Netflix season was.
Exactly. Yeah, we got another 18 months of this.
Right.
This is awesome.
Alright, so the biggest bit is the Disney and Fox have finally finalized their deal.
Yep.
Disney is now acquiring all the rights to all of Fox's TV and movies. All of them.
I think the important takeaway here, because a lot of people are just like going, "Oh my god, Fantastic Four, X-Men in the MCU," and that's all they're focusing on. And the thing is, you need to step back and realize, first of all, Disney had done this not because they were after Marvel licenses. I mean, that was a nice byproduct, but I think the biggest reason they've done this, of course, is because they're starting their own streaming service.
Yeah,
and
that's what it is. Yeah,
and they need content, and they need a lot of content. And
having
things like
Fox,
Simpsons and a whole bunch of other of those TV shows,
Simpsons, Futurama,
all that sort of stuff on Fox. And another question that keeps cropping up is a lot of people going, "Oh, is Fox in financial trouble?" No, absolutely not.
No.
Fox makes absolutely billions off their sports in America
and news,
and news, and that's exactly where they're going to reinvest the money and just continue to grow, and they'll be fine. They're going to do fine. They just weren't making anywhere near as much money off their TV and movies, so it makes sense for them.
Not only does Disney get all of those, they also get the stock that Fox had in Hulu. They've acquired that, as well as the FX channels that Fox had, their cable channels, which includes shows like Sons of Anarchy, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Disney now has all of those as well.
Disney is going to own the whole fucking world.
It's like 32% of film or something like that. But they also get things like home distribution rights to, I think it was Star Wars and
A New Hope, the first one.
Yeah,
only the first one.
Yeah, a
They
few
didn't
little
have
things
the
like
rights to
that. They got a few interesting. They got rights to a few interesting movie franchises too that nothing's been done with in a long time that they could reboot as well. So, like, they did get
and
quite
now
a
they
bit.
own Avatar, Alien. They own them as well.
Yeah. So that's interesting,
But
time will tell.
And also, well, I mean,
Reboots,
it's gone through at this point, but then it has to go through court for 18 months.
Yes, correct.
And even then, it still might not go through after that, because the government's going to get involved with it now, from what I was reading today, to just oversee how it's going.
Yeah, it's just such a big deal. It's kind of like when Microsoft goes to buy a company. It's like, well, that's why they had to split in half, so...
It's their whole thing about not creating a monopoly, even though the system's clearly designed to support
create
monopolies.
Yeah, exactly. I think what would happen if it got to that point is Disney would then just split. You would have like Disney, you would have one part of Disney and a whole new company that just does like TV shows, and the other one would do like movies or something like that.
Yeah, they'd just subsidize themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But it is big news and it is important. I mean, we won't see anything really trickle through, and as Ethan said, for another 18 months or so. But
2019 will probably be the first of it.
Yeah, for MCU fans though, I mean, I don't think you're going to see, at least not for a while. It'd be very hard to do it. I don't think you're going to see X-Men moved into the current MCU. I think Fantastic Four is a no-brainer, and hopefully we'll see. I mean, considering the power creep, Silver Surfer, and all that is just ripe for moving into where we're at.
It's the fact that this has gone through has made James Gunn, who does Guardians of the Galaxy, he's extremely happy now, because he's still doing the script for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, so no doubt he's going to be like, hey, I can check these characters in there now.
Yeah, if you can get Silver Surfer and maybe Galactus or something in there, like, that'd be fantastic.
Oh my god, I'd like to see Galactus with an apron on.
There'll probably be, I reckon, if there's going to be any like after credit scenes, it'll be Avengers 4 or Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be the first ones to do it. Well, with the whole cosmic stuff anyway.
Yeah, X-Men, though, that's a trickier affair, and for my 2 cents, I hope... I don't think there's a desperate need to mash them into the current MCU. I mean, you've travelled and covered so much ground in the current MCU that band-aiding them in would be a little difficult. I think they're better off probably just rebooting the whole X-Men universe, and Marvel starting over, and you know, I mean... Hugh Jackman did a great job with Wolverine, but he's done. So you're going to need to recast a new Wolverine, recast the whole thing really, and just start from scratch. And that would be my suggestion to Disney. Of course, they listen to everything I say, and they'll take that on board.
Well, they listen to us.
They do.
I'm just reading a thing here. What they actually got? They got the Die Hard franchise.
Yep.
I was just about to say that. I was literally just about to say the question is, will we now see a return to form for Die Hard?
Yeah, well, Willis has already said he wants to do one more to finish off the series.
Oh, he can fuck.
It's done enough. I mean, it should stop.
I agree. I mean, there's the first 2, and then there's some shit that follows after.
The third one's alright.
Nope.
Oh, they got Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah, I already thought there was Disney.
Yeah, they also got the bunch of massively successful Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
There's a bunch of movie franchises that Fox has done nothing with for decades that they picked up as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of potential for reboots and stuff like that. Gremlins or something stupid like that. They got some stuff.
Oh my god, Gremlins!
So I don't know if Gremlins was one of them, but I'm saying stuff of that era. They've got a bunch of stuff from the 80s and shit like that. So there's a lot of potential for reboots if they so wish.
Was Back to the Future 20th
Warner
Century Fox?
I'll have a look in a minute. Warner Bros had Gremlins.
Yeah, it was an example, but they've got a bunch of stuff. I was reading, there was an article, I think on Screen Rant or something, that just listed everything that they've gotten, and there was quite a bit. So
Universal for Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're such jaded old men sitting here just going oh, they've created a fucking monopoly, and everyone else that heard about it was like, woohoo!
It's fantastic. I was like, oh yay!
Well, because they're only thinking short term, and they're just thinking, hey, look, we're gonna get some more characters in the MCU. You know,
that's exactly.
That's all that's all they're seeing. You know, monopolies are usually not good in any platform. So, but anyway, they'll defrost Disney, and then he'll go on to rule the world.
Him and Nixon will save the world.
Exactly. All right. So is that all the news, Ethan?
Yeah, that's all I thought was worthy of mentioning.
Okay, cool. So
someone else has more to add in.
Well, so Punisher got picked up for season 2.
Oh, just stop. Can we have one podcast where he isn't mentioned?
Just one day. One day he won't be on.
Yeah, when I fall ill and I can't do the podcast, that'll be
the other podcast he doesn't turn up is when Toby's.
There was one podcast he wasn't there for, and I'm pretty sure he still brought up Punisher at some point.
There you go. I mean, and I can always edit it post and then just make a Punisher reference.
You'll pop up even though you weren't there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we should probably talk Star Wars, I guess. Now, you two gentlemen have seen Star Wars, so I haven't. I'm not a Star Wars person, so I'm not particularly fussed. To me, it'll be a Netflix one weekend when I'm bored. But I guess, look, hit me with your spoiler-free thoughts first.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, are these spoilers or spoiler-free?
Yeah, no, we're going to do spoiler-free to begin with.
It was good.
Neat. Yeah. You're so articulate.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, good.
I mean, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It's good, edge of your seat sometimes, finger biting, twists, turns you're not going to see coming. Porgs can just get the fuck out of here because they're a piece of shit. It was good.
Okay.
Well, spoiler alert, we do see a roasted porg. So that was funny.
Okay, that part was funny. The rest of the porgs can just fuck off.
There is a sequence, Toby, you will probably appreciate, where a bunch of porgs guilt trip Chewbacca at a campfire because he's attempting to eat a roast porg, and all these porgs are looking at him, making sad faces at him, trying to make him feel guilty.
And then he just eats them too.
No, he doesn't end up eating it at all. He's just like, oh, he's just sitting there.
No. He should have been like, sweet, more food.
He's like, fuck off. He pulls out his bowcaster and just nukes them.
What did you think of the film?
Me?
Yes, you. No, the man.
No, the other guy. Oh no, the Punisher. Well, I really like the Punisher. Did you hear he's getting picked up?
I did. He's getting picked up for a second season.
Just shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah,
no, for real though.
Punish
I
is
had a
great. Yeah.
contentious opinion. The people I saw it with, I thought that I said I liked it more than Force Awakens.
Right.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I enjoyed it more. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and they were like, "What blasphemy?" You know, they wanted to kill me because they were like, Force Awakens was amazing, and Force Awakens was really good.
Sorry,
but-
you mean A New Hope Part 2?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like objectively, I love Stranger Things as well, but it is the same as Force Awakens in the same way that you can't deny after watching it a couple of times at least. You can't deny the fact that both of those things rely heavily on nostalgia, like for you to really love them. Like Stranger Things really relies on other things that you loved before it, just like Force Awakens. Whereas Last Jedi is its own thing. It's like it's a lot like Empire Strikes Back. It's not like the movie that preceded it.
Right.
So it's good.
Okay. All right. So warning, danger, spoilers. Warning, danger, spoilers.
Danger, Will Robinson.
All right. So spoilery. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I hear like it's like Snoke walks in from stage left. Hi guys, gets shot in the face, dead, no explanation. Who the fuck's this guy? Who cares? Kick him off the stage. Thanks for coming.
Oh, no, it's not quite.
That's
There's
an
a bit more to it.
oversimplification.
Well, that's what I'm all about here. I'm all about oversimplification, Jesse.
Well,
I heard he got killed, and then there's like his whole thing is never explained.
No, he
not.
he uses the Force. He's pretty strong with the Force. He's not a Sith according to the visual dictionary. He could just use the Force
that was
a
a
lot.
big thing.
Yeah.
Can I just say, and I've said this before the podcast, like from the very beginning in '77, when it was like Lucas was like, you know what, I won't take any money, but I get to keep merchandising. Like Star Wars, one of the things that really puts me off about Star Wars, and I mean this is going to generate some hate, but is the whole thing is an exercise in merchandising. You know what I mean? It's sort of like Overwatch, for instance. The characters are designed to be marketable and make people want to, buy the fucking cosplay and the action figure. Like Star Wars is kind of the same thing. It's like the stupid fluffy things that Chewbacca eats are wank, and they're only in there so they can sell. They're only in there so you can sell the plush toy at Kmart for $19.95. Like that just pisses me off. Like when writing and a creative outlet is moderated due to merchandising, I can't buy into it, and I just got downvoted by about 5 trillion people. But I just, you know what I mean? Like the thing is, like for me, Star Wars had so much potential to be like the epic sort of space saga, and it just sort of it's sort of like The Hobbit is just a fucking cash in on Lord of the Rings. That's how I feel Star Wars is now. Like, I mean, I guess it always kind of was.
I fucking hate the Hobbit movies,
but
except for the first one.
it's just an exercise in money making, and I can't feel any kind of genuine connection with it. Like you could be these characters are all dead, and I'd be like, neat.
I feel like I'm going to be the bridge between the two of you here, because I definitely agree with what you're saying, that Star Wars is definitely a marketing machine, and it always has been for a lot of stuff. But it became what it is because a massive fan base just grew around it of people that genuinely loved it like any other movie.
Yeah, but I mean, look how it grew. Again, like look at Overwatch. Yeah. I'm going to use Overwatch as an example. Like again, I think Overwatch is actually a pretty average game. Like if you took away the Blizzard label, it would probably be dead by now, right? The point was they created characters that people fell in love with, and now everybody cosplays them and buys the statue and all the rest of it. And now people love the game because they have all the product. You know what I mean? Like it's a mind trap where you end up getting caught up in it all because you go to see Star Wars because you're already with your lightsaber and you know what I mean? Like you're already sort of
guilty of that too.
Absolutely. But I mean, it's sort of like you almost love it because you're expected to now because you've bought the toys.
Yeah, it's the way that I feel about it is that to echo the wise words of the guys in Red Letter Media. Shout out to Red Letter Media, please subscribe. They said it best in one of their things. I think it was their Rogue One review. Rich Evans said, Star Wars, as good as it is for a lot of people, and as much as they all liked it, he said Star Wars is actually like, it looks like a big universe. It looks like a big sprawling thing, but it's actually really small. Like if you don't have the AT-ATs and you don't have the lightsabers and you don't have the stormtroopers and you don't have the same shit over and over again, people whinge and moan and say, oh, it's not a good Star Wars movie. So really, Star Wars is actually quite contained. Like, if you don't have the certain things that Star Wars has always had, it's not very good.
The thing like this one, when you actually do something different and change it up, people complain that it's not like how it is.
And that's exactly what Rich said when they reviewed Rogue One. Is like, they did Rogue One, which I didn't like Rogue One as much as everyone hates me for it. I didn't like it. I thought it was just a fucking boring ass movie that pandered to people nerdgasming, and it was just shit. And that was the thing, was I loved Last Jedi because I was like, this is actually trying to be its own movie, and it's doing hints, like it's doing references and it's doing callbacks, but it's doing it in a way that it just is part of the movie. It's not, look, there's the Millennium Falcon, and look, there's Darth Vader 2.0. It's like, fucking shut up, we get it, we're here to watch Star Wars already.
Yeah, I don't know, I just feel like the merchandising fuels the film rather than the film fuels the merchandising. Like, I
know what you mean. I just
like
don't
Star Trek, like Star Trek, for instance. Like, there's a bunch of merchandising for Star Trek. You know what I mean? But when it started, there was none. Like, the series then fueled the merchandising. You know what I mean? Whereas
it was all William Shatner singing Rocket Man.
Yeah, but I feel like when they make a Star Wars movie today, like, the merchandising is ingrained into the script. Like, a producer reads it and goes, no, we need a fluffy creature going, wah, wah, that we can sell for $19.95 at Kmart. Like, that pisses me off. That's what pisses me off. When merchandising influences the script and the story rather than the other way around.
Well, that's why that's not just there was no merchandising people in Blade Runner.
Yeah, that's a beef on everything. Like, that's just, like, it annoys me when, that it influences the story to that degree. Don't get me wrong, I know it sounds horrible. I don't mind Star Wars. It's just I'm not a Star Wars fan. I will watch them. I've seen all of the movies. I even watched like the fan-made recut of the original Star Wars. The War of Stars or whatever, like that, and that's really enjoyable. Like, have you seen that? It's worth watching. Yeah, they add like blood into it and they make it darker and it's pretty cool. Like, I'm not like,
shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm not completely hands off with Star Wars. I'm not like, oh, snub it. I just feel that in different hands it may have turned out better, I guess, because it just sort of became a money machine, and that's what, I don't know, I guess that just sort of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I definitely fit into that category of that saying people have where they're like, no one hates Star Wars like Star Wars fans, because I personally look at it and I don't revere it as this amazing magical thing that a lot of other fans do. I'm like, yeah, they're good movies. It's a good world. I like Lord of the Rings better, but that's just my opinion.
So that's how I am. I love sci-fi, and to me, I just like going and just seeing the aliens, the space fights, the worlds. Yeah. That's what I enjoy most about it. I'm not going to go crazy over like, oh no, this character died, this character lived.
I think for a lot of people too, it allows you to. It's a connection with your youth as well. Like, for a lot of people, like, who are probably in their 20s and 30s now, they can go in to watch a Star Wars movie, grab a bucket of popcorn, and they're children again. You know what I mean? Like, it gives them that.
As soon as they hear that,
exactly, they're 6
like,
again,
oh
or
my
they're 8
God.
again. Yeah, for me, I go in and I go, why is there noise in space?
I want to watch Firefly.
I'm gonna go watch Moon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give me something behind
fucking Moon.
So, like, I just pick it apart, and because I can't. It just science fiction. I like my science fiction very, very dry and
why is there burning debris in space? There's no oxygen to keep the flames going. What the fuck's going on?
Exactly. Like that. I'm terrible for watching
science fiction. Which I thought that during the Last Jedi, at like one of the scenes, I'm like, why are those things on fire? You're out in space. There's no oxygen to keep the flames going. Why is it on fire? I get it looks cool.
That's right.
But that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because movie.
Well, because a galaxy far, far away. But I mean, that doesn't work either because physics is unilateral.
Lost, yeah.
Because space magic.
Space magic. They're in another dimension. Yeah. Look, it's a popcorn flick for me, and it's one that I won't take too seriously. I enjoyed the last one, episode whatever it was, 7. Like, I've watched it a couple of times on Netflix, and yeah, it's the same thing. Literally go put a thing of popcorn in the microwave, watch it, and go, cool. Like, it's just, you take it for what it is, and you don't get.
They've always been popcorn movies. Yeah, that's the thing, that's why I don't get this reverence for Star Wars. I like it as much as the next Star Wars fan, but like, they're Star Wars movies. It's the same as Marvel. I don't get the reverence for Marvel. They're good movies, but that's the thing, is they're still fucking movies. They're just movies.
You don't need to go buy the lightsaber.
I mean, it's the same with DC.
I don't have a lightsaber.
DC or the $300 Punisher statue.
They just shit DC movies,
Did you have to, shit DC. Do you have to go buy the $300 Punisher statue?
No, I choose to do that.
You choose to do that, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it is jealous. You don't
I'm
have
not
a
jealous.
punishment.
I'm
I've
trying
got
to
a
get you to
little John
validate.
Bernthal.
I'll get you to validate why you spent all this money on marketing merchandising.
We're
nonsense.
here to talk about Star Wars, not my personal
Don't
collection.
worry, Jesse.
and
It's alright.
collectibles.
I do the same thing. All right. I buy all the ridiculously expensive shit. I do it as well.
We don't need to talk about the hot toys and the statues in my cupboards. But
In
back
your mother's
to Star
basement.
Wars. Back to fucking Star Wars.
All right, yeah, back to Star
What
Wars.
did we think? What did we think of Luke?
Well, I didn't watch it, so
It was Luke.
He was Luke. I'm a big fan of Luke Skywalker, so that was
isn't
the
he
sequence.
get deaded at the end?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
does,
Yeah,
but he goes the way of Ben Kenobi.
So he just,
I
like,
like.
Right, he just comes back as a blue fart.
He fades away.
I mean, I watched all the originals when I was a kid, and I love them. But for me, like, and I know a lot of people, they have like a connection, and they love the characters since then. Like, even for me now, I loved Star Wars when I was younger, but now I'm like, Luke's dead. All right, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people
I just don't have that connection to it, really. I mean, I loved them when I was younger. I watched them all the time. It just, I don't know. I just don't get attached to it.
And then, of course, Yoda.
Yoda.
But yeah, I was happy to see Yoda.
The Yoda bit, I was actually really surprised by. I was like, what the oh, Yoda.
And he was a
but
puppet as well.
I like that he was crazy little Muppet Yoda.
Yeah.
He
was
like
a puppet.
batshit insane Muppet Yoda.
Hey, can we talk
wasn't
about
some
Leia and her
shitty CGI.
Superman moment? Because I hear a lot of people critiquing
yes.
that. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people critiquing that
Well,
scene.
One of the guys I work with, he said to me that one of the biggest problems he had in the movie was that because he felt like it wasn't deserved. That's what he said.
It
I
wasn't
thought it was deserved. I just thought
right.
it just doesn't translate well to screen. It looked really corny.
Yeah.
I
Right.
thought I was actually saying to someone when I came out of cinema, I was like, they were talking about that and the whole, as the internet dubbed it, the Mary Poppins moment, and I was like, well, the way I would have done it if I was them, if they really wanted to do that, was why not have it so that, I don't know, maybe Leia's so powerful, like she's so one with the Force that she, while she's floating in space, she draws the ship to her rather than her flying towards it like
she didn't do
Superman.
that. Could have been a trick of the
Can I
camera.
ask?
Maybe she did, but the posing was so shitty and dumb.
So now, like, Rey, is it Rey? Rey.
Yeah.
Rey.
Rey.
Like, she's, like, meant to be as powerful as Darth Vader or some shit now, right?
Possibly more powerful. But
Possibly more
it's
powerful. Okay,
questionable.
that's fine. But the point being is, we look at young Anakin, and who's had no Force training, and yet the Force manifests in everything he does in terms of reflexes and all the rest of it, right? And then when the first time we meet Rey, she's just a dude bro. And it's not until she picks up a lightsaber that, you know, she starts to figure shit out. Like, if you're that powerful, shouldn't you just be like, and I rip you apart with my mind?
Well, that's because Anakin was born from the Force, the midichlorians. So he already had it in him from a young age. Rey didn't find out about it until later.
Yeah,
So
but
because-
if you're inherently powerful with the Force, then shouldn't it be manifesting, like, already?
But
Is
as
my-
Luke
is my
says
beef?
in The Last Jedi, they're trying to take it in a more spiritual direction.
Don't give two wanks. Like, if you talk, let's talk Jean Grey for a minute. I mean, we haven't trained you. Oh, you can't rip people apart yet because we haven't trained you. Like, if you've got that much power, it should just shine through regardless of training. Is my point.
It's like a muscle. You have to work to that point.
Sure, but muscles still twitch involuntarily. You know what I mean? Like, if you were born with super strength, you'd be breaking shit from the age of 2 and not knowing why.
Oh yeah, but that being said though, that's like saying, well, how come every mother or father ever can't pick up a car just any day of the week, but when their kid's stuck under one, they can do it?
Yeah, that's a little different though, because that's a power that technically everyone possesses, whereas the Force isn't.
But so technically, everyone possesses the Force. Remember, it's just those who are more attuned to it. Yeah,
This is why Toby doesn't like Star Wars.
The point is, she's meant to be exceptional, but she's not shown to be exceptional until she picks up a lightsaber. Like,
because movie.
well, shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's the fact.
Yeah, it just seems sloppy. I think
it
she should have. If Anakin can fly in a pod racer that no other human can do, then why isn't she doing something amazing?
Because she doesn't like sand. It's rough and it
gets in your bum crack. It just annoys me that, like, she's you know what I mean. Like, there's no hint of it until this movie really that she's all powerful. It just sort of almost like two different scriptwriters went off in different directions.
But even in this one though, they the way that they're doing like the power level thing is kind of being contained too, because that's one thing that pisses me off about Star Wars is this constant meta bullshit that people do as fans, going like, who's more powerful than this, who's more powerful than that? Like, who gives a shit? Why are you guys even talking about this? It's just a movie. And it just annoys me because in this one, at least, they kind of tried to nullify that by saying like, yeah, like, you know what you said about Snoke going out like a bitch and everything. When you see Snoke against Rey, like you were just saying, Rey's super powerful. She can't do shit against Snoke. Like, she can do nothing. He just has her. He would destroy her in seconds. That's how powerful he is. If people want to like do like a power gauge, that's how strong he is. And Kylo Ren gets the better of him. And that's the thing, is that I had someone come into work today saying like, oh, how the fuck did Kylo do that? I'm like, because it's not because he's more powerful than Snoke, it's because he identified his weakness, he identified his hubris and his ignorance. And it's the same thing with Rey. She might just be some country bumpkin, which is what it turns out she is, who has the Force, but she can't do anything against Snoke, even though he doesn't last very long.
Are we seeing a rehash of the same old trope, though? You know, the farm boy is the chosen one, which we had in Luke, and now we've got Rey, who is the farm girl, who's the chosen one.
Yep.
I thought we were supposed to talk about Star Wars for a little bit.
What?
For a little bit. It
talking
became
Star
a
Wars.
rant about merchandising for a long time. Bro.
It did. But I said I haven't seen it. How does it end? What's the ending? Spoil it for me. Who's dead? Who's alive? What's happening next?
Snoke dead.
Yep.
Luke dead.
Luke dead.
Rip.
Couple porgs dead.
A couple porgs. A
Bunch of resistance are dead.
shitload of Imperial plumbers and engineers and the other innocent guys that were just building the Death Star a long time ago.
Yep.
A bunch of resistance people are dead. Admiral Akbar's dead.
Yep, Admiral
Laura
Akbar's
Dern's dead.
Yeah, Laura Dern. Rip Laura Dern.
But
Captain Phasma dead.
Carrie Fisher's character, like Leia, is obviously not dead then.
Nope.
No, that
So
was
she
just
filmed. I know she filmed everything for this movie before she
Yeah.
passed. Do we leave her floating in space? What's she doing?
I reckon
She's still with the resistance.
Yeah, she's still there. I reckon the next movie we're gonna see her like laid up in bed.
Well, no, because she won't be in
Digital
it
Leia.
at all. No, they said they're not going to do it. They said they're not digitally doing Leia.
So
at
they're
all.
just gonna get.
Maybe she's already dead.
Wow. So just gonna be like. Oh,
I reckon
By the way, Leia died.
Either they
By
do
the
a
way,
time
Leia
jump.
Oh,
died.
Yeah, I know,
They do a
right?
time jump, or she'll leave. That they'll make a mention that she left the resistance or something like that.
Yeah, see,
doesn't
see,
make
to
sense.
me,
Like-
like as much as they don't want to disrespect the actress and blah 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 digital, like to me that's even like it's just shit for the character to go. Oh yeah, by the way, Leia's gone. Bye, thanks. Like that's just so anticlimactic for the character. So
I
hope
really
that
feel
they
like they'll
don't.
probably nod to her. I don't think that they'll show. I think they won't put her in CG. I think they won't put her in it at all. I think she'll be like veiled in a bed, you know, like freaking Aragorn when Arwen has that future vision where he's got the silken shit over his face. I think that's what's going to happen with Leia, and I think they'll be doing the whole, she'll go out and then Poe will be the new resistance leader, or
Poe will definitely be the new
something.
leader. It's already heading that way.
because Poe's a boss.
Okay.
Long story short, Last Jedi is good but contentious because it didn't explain Snoke's origin and people wanted to hear that story. And Rey is powerful and Ben Solo's powerful and he's not Kylo Ren anymore. He's Ben Solo. He's just angry Ben Solo.
Why how did that come about?
Because he got angry and threw his little stupid mask away.
Right. Okay, but then he kills Snoke. Why does he do this?
He kills Snoke because
Snoke
he's been
is-
conflicted the whole time.
Yeah,
Right.
and he thinks that Rey will join them, so he killed Snoke so that Rey would join him, and Rey can pretty much reign over everything.
Yeah, and it's unclear at this point what his intention for them joining together was. It seemed to me like he's basically suggesting to burn it all down. Like he's like, together we can reunite everything. So there's like a spark of goodness left. But the way he says it could either go the way of he's saying that because he's got a warped idea of how to make things better, or he's saying, yeah, let's reign over the galaxy together because we're all powerful.
Right.
So at the moment, that's why people are pissed off, because it raised more questions, and people don't like questions because people are petulant children and the internet's impatient.
I am a petulant child, absolutely.
It's just the world is just so not ready for waiting another 2 years.
No. Okay. All right. But I mean, I guess again, like if you're a Star Wars person, you've already seen this film, so you've already made up your mind. And then if you're like me, then you'll just wait for Netflix and don't care.
I'm sure we'll lose more subscribers for it, but I'll still say, as I've always said, Kylo Ren is a better written villain than Darth Vader. Everyone will kill me.
He's a bit sooky though.
He is, but that's better writing. I mean,
No.
I like Darth, but
He has
all Darth
tankies.
Vader is Space Hitler.
This is fine. This is fine. I don't have a problem
It's
with Space Hitler. This is
Yeah, like
fine.
Space Hitler is a good bad guy.
All you
he's
need
bad
now all you need is zombies. Space Hitler should
Space
have had
Hitler.
zombies.
Well, hey,
Well,
there was a
hang on.
theory that Lord
Get a
Snoke
pen,
was a
get a-
vampire.
Get a pen. Let's start
Wait,
a whole
hold
new.
on a minute.
Let's start a whole new movie series here, Jesse. So Space Hitler. Hitler comes back. Here we go.
I'll
Here
give
we
him
go.
an idea
Hitler
right
comes
now.
back and he rules from beyond the grave, and he has zombies, and it's in space.
So it's that that movie Dead Snow with
Yes.
the fucking on Hoth. Dead Snow on
On
Hoth. There we go.
One
Right
of the
there.
rebel troopers comes out of the ground, bites a guy's
Yeah.
dick off.
Couple of wampus, couple of zombie
Couple of
wampus running around.
zombie wampus. The whole
See?
galaxy's gonna be
See?
fucked.
Perfection.
Now let's send this podcast to Disney now, and let's see
Okay,
what they say.
oi,
about it.
Disney, give us a job. We're telling you how shit your movies are.
We've got these better ideas. So you start with Space Hitler.
And work your way up from there. You could even cast Walt Disney as Space Hitler.
And then we were never seen again.
the little laser sights.
This could be Ryan Johnson's whole new trilogy he's doing.
The Space Hitler trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
so that's
yeah,
Star
maybe.
Wars. And if you're still with us, now we're going to talk about something a lot more interesting. Ooh. Christmas movies.
You sure
Because
about
it's
that?
Punisher.
yeah, the we're
No,
going to talk about
just stop. No.
Punisher's
No,
a Christmas
no,
movie.
no. Shh. Christmas movies, not Punisher.
All right, we're going to do
Fucking
Christmas movies. All right, so let's get the obvious out of the way, and it's one that Ethan hasn't seen because he's shit, and that's Die Hard.
Because it's a shit movie, that's why.
What?
How would you know that? You haven't even seen
Because it's
it.
got Bruce Willis and he's shit.
Yeah, but it's
He's
all
actually-
Bruce Willis.
Still
It's,
shit.
it's
How dare
moonlighting
you
era
say
Bruce
that?
Willis.
Still shit.
You Bruce Willis hater.
He's just trolling. He's looking for a rise. He's looking for a rise out of you.
I
It's okay.
will not
We'll just
hear a
ignore
bad
it.
word
Jesse,
again
Jesse,
about love.
Jesse, we'll just ignore it. We'll pretend he doesn't exist. He'll
No,
go. The bad
I've
man will
got
go
better
away.
Christmas movies to watch this year, alright? Much
You,
better
ha-
than
you
that.
have to watch Die Hard. You have to.
Like what is it called?
No,
Like
I'm
Christmas
not watching
Buddy.
Die Hard.
You have to watch Die Hard.
Die Hard's not suitable for kids, alright? I can't
It's
watch
not.
it.
It's
Oh,
not
okay.
Christmas until Hans Gruber falls from Nakatomi Plaza.
No, I'm watching Gremlins.
That is the
I'm watching
worst
Home
movie.
Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone's.
I'm watching National Lamp. I'm watching
Did you know?
National
Did you know? I
Lamp.
was looking. I was on
Christmas
IMDb.
Weekend.
Home Alone is like a sort of a national treasure in Poland, and it gets played on like commercial
What?
television every year without fail, and it has done for the last 20 years or something. Poland plays Home Alone every year for Christmas.
I mean,
Fantastic.
it gets played on Channel 10 every year for Christmas, but like,
Yeah, these guys haven't broken.
why
stride, though.
Poland?
I don't know. It was just on IMDb, so it must be true.
Of course.
I mean, I will watch Home Alone again on DVD or whatever this Christmas. I mean, it's
Home
the only
Alone's
time of
great.
year. It's it's great at Christmas, and it's shit any other time of the year. It's a terrible movie.
No,
is,
Home
it is.
Alone's a great
It's not that
movie.
good. It's not that good.
It
I mean,
is.
But let's. I
You
mean,
gotta watch
they're pretty obvious. They're pretty obvious. What else? Like, let's step aside
Alright.
from the obvious. What else?
Elf.
Christmas Vacation. That's what I'm watching. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase.
Have I
Excellent
mentioned?
movie.
Have I mentioned how much of a bad person you are lately?
All right. What about Batman Returns? That's a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is. That was on my list.
That's what I'm watching. And then I'm watching Nightmare Before Christmas and probably Elf and the Grinch as well.
Jesus. Webb.
Okay.
Those are my ones.
Jesus.
Most of my list was the same. Love Actually is on my list, though.
I've never seen that.
Love Actually is like my #1 Christmas movie.
Is
Everyone-
that where Rick Grimes is a stalker?
Yep. Yeah, he's saying, got his little billboard up to Negan. To me, you are perfect.
I used to watch every year. We had it on VHS. Parents had dubbed it off ABC, and then I picked it up years later on DVD called The Snowman. I don't know if you've seen that. It's an animated. It's like 20-minute animated.
Oh, that's the one with Michael
I
Fassbender that just
vaguely
came out,
remember
right?
No, it came out like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. No, doesn't ring a bell.
No.
It vaguely rings a bell to me, but there's quite a few Snowman movies. There's the Snowman that's like a shitty slasher.
It's an
flick as
animated.
well.
It's not a movie. It's a British thing.
It's a British thing.
No, I haven't seen it. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I'm looking at it now. Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
Is it like Mr. Oh, what's his name? Mr. Ploppy sort of era?
Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby, that's it.
That creepy bastard.
Creepy motherfucker, Mr. Blobby.
Yeah, I can't find it on IMDb at the moment.
I found it.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, it's an animated thing, and it was just one of those things that ABC used to show it most years, and I would watch it. I mean, my kid will watch. She likes the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Yes.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, she'll watch that. What else did we watch the other night? There was a thing with what's his face from Danny DeVito and what's his name from shit. The other short-ass comedian guy who did that film. Fuck.
Short-ass comedian guy.
You think it's
Ferris
one?
Bueller's Day
Hercules.
Off. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. What's his name?
Yeah.
Lead actor out of that.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick, Danny DeVito, and they're like, competing to have the most Christmassy house or some shit. We watched that.
Oh, yeah, I know that movie.
Yeah.
What about Jack Frost?
Jack Frost.
Michael
Jack Frost
Keaton.
starring Michael Keaton. What about Jingle All the Way?
I was going to say that one. Never seen it.
So good. My Turbo Man.
What about Howard and Kumar? A very...
Very Christmassy piece of shit movie.
Let's have a look at the 20. Rotten Tomatoes have got the best 25.
Look, in all honesty, it's not Christmas until you've watched Elves.
Yeah, nah, I'd pass on that. Alright, so White Christmas, 1954. Can't say I've seen that one. Bad Santa, The Bishop's Wife. See, this is delving back to some 1940s stuff here, too. Batman Returns. Number 22, Batman Returns. There you go. Of course, Christmas Carol and any one of the 4,000 remakes, I guess. Muppet Christmas Carol. Hey.
Yeah. What about, was it Miracle on 34th Street?
What was it that the staff would like to know if they could have another log for the fire? How would the staff like to find themselves suddenly unemployed? And then all dancing in Hawaii skirts. Glorious. Gremlins at number 20, Elf at 19. Hey, now there's one I missed. Of course, Trading Places at 18. Trading Places is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it
seen it.
is.
Yeah, you know what number one's going to be, don't you? You know it's going to be Die Hard when I get there.
No,
Christmas
not
in-
from film.
Jesus
Christmas in
Christ.
Connecticut, 1945.
I'll Be Home for Christmas, starring Budget Emilio Estevez.
Tokyo Godfather, 2003. Okay.
What the fuck is that?
Japanese film, I guess. Looks anime, possibly.
Okay.
Better Watch Out, from 2017.
Oh, that just came out. That shouldn't be on there.
Well, it's on the Rare Exports.
What's
A
that,
Christmas
Cramp?
Tale, 2010. Un Conte de Noël, A Christmas Tale, 2008. The Miracle of Morgan's Creek, 44. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964. Hey, there we go. Charlie Brown Christmas, number 10, 1965.
Yeah.
Get some
There we
peanuts. Christmas Story from 83. Arthur Christmas in 2011.
Ugh.
Die Hard at number 7.
Number 7. That's because it's a
Yeah.
piece of shit. That's why.
Love that.
What does that say about everything else on that
Wait,
list?
can you hear the fishing rod? Can you? It's a nice tray, Ethan. It's just not. I'm not going to buy it.
He's
Sorry.
fishing with dynamite.
I'm
Yeah,
never
that's
going to watch that movie.
This is fun. I mean,
Yeah.
you could die like alone in the cold, in the dark, in the wet. That's fun.
You could never call yourself a fan of cinema. if
I'll be
you haven't
happy with that as
died.
long as I've never seen Die Hard. I'll
It's
be
like
happy.
saying I've never watched Jaws.
I've never seen Jaws either.
No!
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think we need a new panelist for the podcast here. Nightmare
Oh,
Beyond
well, I'll
Christmas.
withdraw my Patreon then, if you want to do that.
Oh!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
How the Grinch Stole
Maybe with
Christmas.
some of your funds you can buy a copy of Die Hard.
The Shop Around the Corner, 1940. Holiday in 1942. Of course, Miracle on 34th Street, 1947. It's a Wonderful Life, 1946 at number 1. Yeah, that makes sense.
Of course.
Most of these sound shit.
You shit.
Oh, just old ones. Some more newer ones.
There's quite a few. I'm really racking my brain. I was in the middle of writing a list
Polar
of
Express. Polar
of
Express.
obscure ones.
My daughter has watched Polar Express to the point that she almost knows it verbatim. Jim Carrey's
Oh, really?
The Grinch.
Yes, the Grinch.
Scrooge.
Yeah, I watched that.
Scrooge is pretty terrible. It's Bill Murray. I didn't think great deal of it.
Wasn't there one with Jim Carrey and he was like the Christmas Carol or something like that? Was it an animated one?
The Grinch.
Oh yeah, no. I know what
no.
you're talking about.
I
It's
didn't
called A
know
Christmas
It's a
Carol.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah, where
it's
he
like,
plays Scrooge.
Yeah,
Right,
he goes to
okay.
Christmas past and prison and that,
He
right?
looks like a creepy
Bad
old man.
Santa, it's probably worth a mention. Yeah, Christmas Carol, there you go. Yeah, actually, I
Yeah.
think I saw that at the cinema in 3D from memory.
Oh wow, and you disparage me for
It was
seeing
one of
shit
those
in-
things. Oh my god, Santa buddies, Santa paws.
I
Oh my
said
lord.
that. I was saying that before.
Yeah, but I don't listen to you.
I'm sorry. My name's Ethan.
Oh, come on.
It's only because of Die
then you've got all
Hard.
the then you've got all the Disney sort of shorts where they had like there's the Shrek Christmas and the Merry Madagascar and all that kind of crap. Sweeney
That's what
Toad's
Dream Mix.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh fucking.
Brings back memories. Yeah.
Right.
Elmo's Christmas Countdown sounds terrible. Oh, there's the Barbie one. Like there's Barbie Christmas Carol and the Nutcracker and all that sort of stuff. Arthur, Perfect Christmas. Deck the Halls. That was one we watched with Danny DeVito and.
That was it. That's what I
Matthew
thought it was
Broderick,
called. What about Christmas with the Cranks?
That was alright. I watched that last year.
There he is, the snowman. There we go, the snowman. Yeah, I thought so. There we go, cool.
You're looking at IMDb's listener.
I'm
no.
I'm really annoyed that I don't remember this, but I could have sworn isn't Escape from New York set around Christmas time?
You might be right.
It could have been there.
Because I vaguely remember something about that. And I'm not sure if I'm thinking of the right movie, but there's something with Kurt Russell or something like that that I remember loving, and I remember it.
New
set around
York or
Christmas.
LA, you reckon?
It's probably New York if it's one of the two, because LA's shit.
We'll see.
It doesn't say,
Stars Buscemi.
it doesn't say it's Christmas. But speaking about Kurt Russell, he's going to be playing Santa Claus in the Christmas movie that comes out next year on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was like, I get some more Kurt Russell.
No, it doesn't say it's set during Christmas.
Hateful
Yeah, it
Eight's
could
set
be.
in Christmas.
Yeah, well, I've already done my Die Hard, as I said. There will be a Home Alone at some point. And I said the daughter will probably sit down and watch Polar Express and Santa Claus again. Maybe a Barbie Christmas movie. She won't.
I want to be
Because
I want
that's
to be
your
surprised
choice.
if I end up watching one of those as well.
Yeah, I don't mind them. They're okay.
Don't mind the Barbie.
I don't mind a bit of the Barbie. It's all good.
A bit of the Barbie. Not
a bit
in the
of the
typical Australian way.
Yeah, you're full on Baileys and food, and you just don't care what's on the TV, right? You know, it's like
Sometimes you just start to zone out and think about shopping in a pink Corvette.
Exactly. It's exactly right. You've been there. I'm glad. So,
All in there.
yeah. But I mean, realistically, though, for the last few years, what you have been watching at Christmas is Star Wars. You know,
Well,
There's Star Wars
yeah.
movies, but you know they're all coming out at Christmas time. So
I'm pretty sure Fences actually was in cinemas here last year around Christmas too.
What
a depressing Christmas movie that would have been.
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Because I vaguely remember watching it thinking, oh, I've got to watch this before awards season.
Yeah, because it was here for award season.
yeah, you know what the trouble is with Gremlins?
Yeah, it was.
Though? Like I have
What?
fond memories of watching Gremlins when I was like young in the '80s, and you put it on now and you're like, this movie is shit. There's nothing.
It
good about
isn't. No
It's
one thinks
still
that
good.
but you.
Nah, it's terrible. It's a
Like,
terrible. film.
nobody watches Gremlins and picks it apart. It's
Nah, it's-
amazing.
Nah, it's shit. It's shit. You know what you're better off
Have-
watching? You know what you're better off watching if you want something from that
Don't
period?
say it.
If you fucking
Don't say
critters.
Nah, fuck off. Last Starfighter.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, it's
I don't even know what that is.
infinitely better film.
Last Starfighter is a Spielberg movie that wasn't made by Spielberg.
Oh,
Yeah,
I never
and
heard of it
it's
before.
infinitely better. Also, critters and ghoulies.
Ghoulies is great.
Ghoulies is great. It's the sort of thing you can put on and you go, "This is where my life has come to. Why am I watching this?"
I'm watching little bald amphibians biting people up the arse in
Yeah.
toilets.
Pass me the straight edge razor. It's time to get out of here.
Or the second one with the midget in the carnival.
Could be worse. Could be Leprechaun.
It's so stupid. Oh, there is a leprechaun that's set around Christmas, isn't there?
I don't know. I don't want to know. I mean, Jennifer
I'm
Aniston
sure
taking
there
her
is.
shoes off and throwing them at Warwick Davies just to slow him down because he's a leprechaun. And he has to fix shoes.
What?
It's a real movie. Look up
You're a
Leprechaun.
cobbler.
I know about the
Damn it.
movies. I just didn't know that was actually part of it.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
it's like Jennifer Aniston's first movie or something, like her first Hollywood debut.
She's super
And
young.
and it's like this. It's a horror film supposedly, and they're trying to escape.
1993.
Horrible
Yeah,
film.
they're trying to escape the leprechaun, and they're like, "Quick, take your shoes off!" And they're throwing the shoes behind them as they're running away because he has to stop to repair them.
Well, alright then.
It is so bad. It's not like Evil Dead where it's like bad and therefore funny. It's just bad.
Evil is
It's
just
just
bad
terrible.
in general. It's shit.
Jeez, you're
The
really
first one.
fishing today. It's
No,
just fishing.
no, I'm not. I'm being dead serious.
No, I'm not.
I'm with. No, I'm with Ethan on that. I'm not a fan of the first Evil Dead either.
No, the new one is the only good one to me. The others three were shit.
What? Okay,
I'm
I
gonna-
like the second
Jesse,
one.
I'll let you take. I'll tag you. You can take this one, brother. You need to educate this boy. Take your belt off and educate this boy.
you go learn today.
You're gonna learn, boy.
What about the second Die Hard? That's set in Christmas too, isn't it?
It is Die Hard 2.
There you
Actually,
go.
I'm getting ready to watch that probably, if not tonight, then tomorrow. Yep. Yep.
There you go.
'Cause after
Isn't
that,
one of
they
the
stopped doing Christmas
Terminators set
movies.
around Christmas time as well?
Alright, I'll think
I don't think
about
so.
watching Die Hard. I'll have to see what the rest say. Alright.
Either that or I'm just... Oh, no, never mind. I'm just remembering Arnie in Genesis when he's got that fucking teddy bear in front of him. He pulls a fucking shotgun out of the teddy bear's head.
That's not Genesis. That's Oh wait,
Genesis.
it is too.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the
The
Box of
worst
Roses from
The Box of
the
Roses
second
on
one.
Judgment Day.
Box Roses is
Yeah.
the second one.
Yeah.
That's what they mistakenly thought was cool and tried to replicate with a giant teddy bear because they just finished watching Die Hard 2.
Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Maybe.
Prob-
Yes. Words. Yeah.
Well, what about because I said this before, but have you seen Elves?
No, I've seen Elf.
I don't mean
Will
in
Ferrell.
Like just I was gonna say like not the real world, but just in general. There's a really bad movie
if you go out in
called
the backyard
Elves.
tonight, after your third bottle of Jim Beam, you'll see
You
the
might
elves.
just find some elves.
Ask
Ask the nice police officers if they've seen some elves.
Hey, officer, can you please pull this rubber band around my arm with your teeth?
Why are you not wearing pants? The elves told me they won't come out unless I'm not wearing
The elves
pants.
told me to kill everybody.
The elves told me to get naked and dance in a field of their blood. Hey, we're getting very far off track from Christmas
Yeah,
here.
total derail. Anyway, Christmas.
Isn't satanic rituals what Christmas is all about?
It's that depressing time of year where you do heroin and get arrested.
Somebody's dancing in a rain of blood is beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Cadavers nailed to every wall.
We've gone so far off right now.
Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
Anyway.
my point was, Elves is a really bad old movie. It's kind of like Gremlins, I guess, but it's basically about these little short creatures that are really bad little like rubber dummies, and they I can't remember what the actual plot line is exactly, but it's basically like a coven of witches that don't like Christmas. They finally they like summon the elves out from under the ground from their sleeping, like their state of slumber, and the elves are actually secret Nazi genetic experiments from years ago. And
So we're back to Space Hitler.
they're back to space Hitler. They've come full circle, come back to Nazis. The elves were designed by Nazis, and they're coming to the surface on Christmas to find humans to mate with to create the ultimate master race.
That
You
is.
sure
that
this
is-
isn't that bloody
You should
music
link me that
that's been a
because
while
it
back?
sounds so bad that I need to watch it.
So bad, it's fantastic. And
And
they
you-
basically
Alright.
like they spend the movie eating bugs and stabbing people in the dick
Oh
because
man,
they're so short.
dude, you need to link me that. I'm gonna go find it and watch it. That sounds fantastic. That's right up there with
Great.
Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2.
Amazing. And they like the masks, they didn't have enough money, so you never really see all of the elves. You just sort of see their legs or their hands or their head, and the head doesn't move, so they've just got this constant dumb fuck look on their faces, their mouth agape, because they're like a Halloween mask.
Jeez.
Oh, that's the best.
Amazing.
That
It's the
sounds
best,
awesome.
and they move like a Muppet. You know when the Muppets run, they sort of like swing their head back and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like run out of frame. That's how the elves run around because they're just being puppeteered by like 5-year-olds.
Wow, this sounds
It's fantastic.
atrocious. Sounds
It's
great.
fantastic. That's why it's going on my Pixel Pop.
And that,
movie,
folks, is what Christmas is really about. Terrible
That's right.
movies. Terrible,
Look of
terrible
shock
movies and alcohol. That's what Christmas and lots of food.
Lots of food and
you
alcohol.
drink, you eat food, and then you're so tired, you put the worst movie on, and you don't care, and you fall asleep. That's what it's all about. That's Christmas.
Don't think about what time of year it is.
And-
That's why suicide rates are so high. Everyone's watching fucking elves who want to kill themselves.
All right, well, that's pretty much all we got to say then, I guess, for this podcast. That's Christmas. We hope you have a good one.
What a holly jolly time of year.
Don't watch Elves. Make sure you watch Die Hard. If you've seen Star Wars and you've got an opinion, maybe you think I'm a horrible person, I should be taken out to a paddock, let us know in the comments. Just be careful with spoilers, though. But otherwise, we'll be back in a fortnight. And I guess we better come up with something interesting to talk about then.
Please support Ethan's Patreon page so he may buy himself some good movies.
Yeah.
He's like, shut the fuck up, guys.
When are we coming back?
I may watch it. I may watch
it'll be
Die
New
Hard,
Year's
we'll see.
Eve. New Year's Eve. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we could do New Year's Eve movies. Because there's a few of those.
Yeah. Elves.
Pretty sure there's
Elves
I'm pretty sure there's a
2.
movie called. Pretty sure there's a movie called New Year's Eve that just came out like a couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
which was basically a rip-off of Love Actually. And
Yeah.
and Valentine's Day, which was also
Well,
another rip-off of Love Actually.
Well, it's from the same director who did like Valentine's Day.
Oh,
So
that's
it's,
right, it was too.
Yeah,
Alright, well,
Jesus Christ.
bookmark it because we'll come back to it in a fortnight. Alright?
I won't be there.
No, you're not joining us. You'll be
No.
celebrating Christmas in the sunny shore of Melbourne. Maybe we
Yeah.
can drag Lucas out of the cupboard.
Yeah, try that.
You might need to reinflate him a little bit. He's gone a bit flat.
Reinflate him. What if you
Yeah.
dust the flies
Yeah,
off?
just blow the dust up. Yeah, patch him up and reinflate him and get him back on the show. Exactly.
He's like an unloved pool noodle. he's a deflated little
I'm
floaty
gonna quote you
chair.
on that. From now on, Lucas is known as the unloved pool noodle. Yeah, nice.
Poor noodle man.
All right. Well, with that, we should go to the song. You ready? Dun 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 dun.